Okay, we're filming. Am I wrong? Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. My name is Noah and I'm going to be telling you about my February TBR, so the books that I want to read in February. I'm going to jump straight into it with the first book being House of Earth and Blood, the first installment in the Crescent City series, I think it's a trilogy by Sarah J Maas. I've read other books of her. I've read the first 3 books of A Court of Thorns and Roses, and I've read the first 3 books in Throne of Glass. I thoroughly enjoyed, so I'm very curious to see where this is going to go, if it lives up to the hype, because I've heard a lot of good things about it. And I think it's also her first adult novel, for her first adult fiction book, so I'm really excited to see what this is all about. I don't know a lot about the premise, but all I know is that it's Sarah J Maas' first adult fiction fantasy book, I believe, so I'm really excited to see what this is all about. If you see me looking down, I have my laptop here. The second book that I want to read in February is the second installment in the Crescent City books, that is House of Sky and Breath, which is the second installment in the series. That one will be published around 15th of February, I believe. I plan on doing a reading vlog of these 2 books and just showing you my reaction to it, because I'm really excited to see where this is going to go. The next 3 books I'm going to talk about are books that are going to be featured in a Valentine's Day special, Valentine's Day themed video, where I'm going to be reading 3 highly recommended TikTok books. Well, TikTok books, but you know what I mean. They're all over BookTok and BookTube and everything, and I really want to see what the hype is all about. The first one is The Love Hypothesis by Ellie Hazelwood, which I've seen everywhere and I've heard a lot of good things about it, but when a book gets hyped up too much, I don't want to read it. So I've heard that it's about a girl who tries to convince her best friend that she isn't in love with her ex anymore, and that she is dating someone else, and in an attempt to convince her best friend, she kisses a random boy in a lab, or like a random man in a lab, and that man turns out to be a professor, I believe, which is like a highly hated professor, and they decided to fake date because they benefit both from it. That's all I need to know. That's all I want to know. So I'm really excited. Also, it's like grumpy and sunshine and fake dating, which that trope is just something that I really love. Then the 4th book that I want to read in February, or like the second book of the 3 books that I'm going to read for Valentine, is going to be The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I don't know if I pronounced it correctly, but correct me if I'm wrong. I really don't know a lot about this book other than that it's like a fake dating trope and that it has a lot of spicy scenes. I don't really like to know too much going into books, so you'll probably see me saying a lot of things like, I don't know a lot about this book. That's because I don't want to know a lot about the book when going in. I feel like the synopsis on the back sometimes spoils the fun of reading the book for itself. I know you say don't judge a book by its cover, but I usually judge it by its cover and its ratings. So then the 5th book that I want to read in February, and is also going to be part of the Valentine themed video, is going to be The Hating Game by Sally Thorne. Again, I've heard a lot about this book. It kind of reminds me of a Dutch movie called Wat is dan Liefde, which kind of follows the same trope. I believe it is about 2 kind of like rivals in the workplace. They work at a company and those companies fuse together. They have the same job, and then they discover that they're up for the same position, so for the same promotion, which makes them rivals. They are completely different personalities. Again, I think grumpy and sunshine kind of vibes. If it's like the same, I'm really going to love it. Then I have this, I guess, challenge for myself that I want to do this year, which is reading 1 classical piece a month. So I have a couple of books here, but I'm only going to show 2. So I have Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. What more can I say? It's a classic. All I know, it's kind of like a little bit funny. And I believe it's also really good to start in this one if you want to get into classical literature. It also isn't big, which I really like, so it's not going to take me too long to read this. I think I'm going to make a video every month going in depth on my classic that I read, pointing things out, quotes that I loved, what I liked about it, what I didn't like about it, my ratings, etc. Because I don't like to read classics and I really want to change that. Then I also have another option that I can read, but I'm thinking I'm going to save it for a little bit later, but that is Metamorphosis by Ovid. All I know about it is that it's about a guy who wakes up as a bug. Am I wrong? I really thought that this one was the Metamorphosis by Franz Kafka. So I'm definitely not going to be reading this one this month. Like, I was kind of excited to read about a man who wakes up as a bug. It is a good classic to read, but I'm going to be saving this for in the summer, like spring summer vibes, because it's about Greece. That gives me vacation vibes. And I'm currently reading the Shadow and Bone trilogy and I'm in the second installment, but I don't know if I'm going to be finishing the entire trilogy this month because there are only 2 days left when I'm filming this. Otherwise, this one is going to be the first book that I read in February. So those were the books that I really want to read in February. I don't know if I'm going to get to all of them. I'm really excited to start my YouTube channel. This is my first YouTube video ever. I'm kind of nervous and, you know, dipping my toes in the water. If you have any tips or improvements or whatever, please let me know. I will, take them in consideration, and be on the lookout for a January wrap up in a couple of days. Bye guys. To finish